Hello and welcome to Craftoria episode 58. Long series we're running. If you'll notice, we've created a new eyesore at our villa. I know, it just barely dawned on me. I still haven't done anything with the top two levels of my tower where I said I would be doing. That background just like jump scared me. Where I said I'd be doing occultism in 3rd G. I still plan on doing that. I just kind of got sidetracked and built this for modern industrialization where we're at right now. Because I thought, why not? And I made the floor out of cut skull stone. And fun fact, it makes a noise when you walk on it. Isn't that enjoyable to listen to? But if you listen, we're not getting ear blasted by these animals. And no, I did not change my audio. It's all this. Um, what I did is I found out that there's a muffling block, a sound muffler. So I just because all of these have a central block, like right here. They're all odd dimensions. So you can't even hear me punch the cows. But yeah, I went underneath the farms and put a muffling block directly underneath the middle block of every single farm. That way we don't have to hear it while I'm in here doing stuff. Which, by the way, the sound, it goes to here. It's this block right here is like the last block distance wise that gets muffled. Because watch. See? You can hear it right here. Also, look, it does all of them, which I think is really funny. Look at this side. Watch this. Oh yeah. Anyways, this is the current build of how pretty it is. Dang it. Wait, no, there's no window. I didn't put a window on this side because you'd just be looking at the back of Weathered Salesman's head and just directly into my farm, which I didn't think there was a need for. It's not that pretty, especially these upper windows, but it is what it is. We've obviously got the hidden elevator right here. Now, I made 2 floors because I'm sure that this will take me more than 1 floor. Heck, dude, I might even extend to the roof. We'll see. But, yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I've done in between episodes. I know I said I'd look up the bells and whistles thing for Create. I'll keep it real with you, Chief. I didn't. I didn't look up anything. I've been very lazy. Work makes me very not apt to do anything. So, yeah, how about we start here instead with the book? Have you read the book? Well, I'll give you a rundown of this technological journey. Anyways, you'll thank me. What you'll be doing is practically modern industrialization using a plethora of different mechanics. I've already read this. You have access to powerful logistics tools such as multi-part items and fluid pipes as well as energy cables. This means up to 3. I already read that. We'll be making quarries. You'll eventually need to power all your machines, steam or not. You'll have to use steam and oil processed into diesel through distillation, nuclear fission, and a total mechanical dominance fusion. You can boost energy transfer rates using higher voltages. Never want to manually put together a gear, hammer, or rod ever again. Good thing this is a world for you to design. You'll be able to make a machine just for about anything. Total automation is completely possible, and you can do it while flying around with a Gravy chest plate. Are you ready for the journey of a lifetime? Time to get going. P.S. If you ever get stumped with a machine, go ahead and hold that guidebook of yours while hovering over a machine or multi-block. It'll give you some extra info. Yeah, we need to, plus 0 XP, by the way. We should probably grab this book at Industry. I don't know how to spell industry. D-U-S. No. I gotta type in industrialization. INDUSTRIALIZATION. Modern industrialization. Math. We need a guidebook. Fun fact, I don't know how to get it. Let's see if I already have one. I probably spawned with one and then it just like died. Or wait, wasn't there a thingy somewhere to get like a, I don't know. Before you can even make bronze, you'll need to put together a forge hammer. It's pretty much a bigger anvil, but it's not, but it's got a flat top, so you won't be able to use it as an anvil. Sorry, I was drinking my soda. Use it to make the basics, such as plates and rods. Though slamming the forge hammer with an ingot can be very inefficient, and you'll get less out of your ingot due to damaged or chipped metal. If you craft yourself one of the various hammers, you'll increase the efficiency and your output, aka the ratio increases. Once you use a hammer, more formations of that ingot will open up to you. Be smart with your resources as the hammer won't last forever and its durability will eventually diminish till it breaks. You can also use the forge hammer as a way of getting more raw ore out of your ores. Again, using the hammer will give you more at the cost of durability. I think I'm good in that regard. Let's keep it real. Uh, need 3 iron pressure plates. Bam. I hate that sound. Duh. Okay. How about we make ourselves a netherite hammer? And by doing so, we'll make a diamond hammer. And to make a diamond hammer, you need diamond plates. To make diamond plates, you use 4 small plates. And to do that, you need a compressor. So let's make an iron hammer, anyways. Am I... Oh, no tool required. It's 2 to 1. Mm. I could use the flattened glyph. Is that cheating? I sure hope not. Can I do the same thing with the diamond? No, that one requires the compressor. Okay. We'll do it with half a stack. Flatten glyph, not the crush glyph. 32 iron plates. Let's make ourselves an iron hammer. Without... Oop. Wait, I forgot. Large plates. I already had iron plates in the system. That's cool. Iron hammer. Bam. What's next on our list? Oh, I am so stupid. Cool. Well, I have an extra hammer to claim here once my other one breaks. Ah, yes. Now that you've done that, make a chainsaw. Gosh. That escalated very quickly. And I've already got myself bronze, which means I can just, move up. Mm. Time for that beautifully shining orange ingot. You'll need to grab some of the copper and tin dust you get from the forge hammer and make it into a simple mixture of 3 to 1 copper to tin in your crafting grid. Once you progress, you'll find a way to produce this mixture more efficiently since you're spilling some dust and making it on hand. Now that you're entering the steam age with this bronze, I'll give you some tips on the machines you'll be making. Remember that steam machines will accept inputs from any side, be it items, steam, or another fluid. You can lock their slots by clicking on the padlock looking button in the interface. Locked slots will make sure the machine only accepts one type of item or fluid per slot. Every machine has an output side as well, and you can enable auto output from inside the interface using your trusty wrench. You can adjust the output side with ease. If you don't want so many items in the slots at the time, use that scroll wheel of yours to adjust the maximum number of items stored at a time. Holy crap, there's so much to read. This is no monkey wrench, but you better hope that you can move like one in the future. Using a wrench, you can rotate almost any machine by right-clicking and pick up almost any... Man, it was daytime 3 minutes ago. Um, basically, I am monkey. I'm going to... Okay, the way you make bronze using this mod is you need to make... What was modern industrialization? Okay, we need to make bronze dust. In the crafting grid for modern industrialization, you'd use 3 copper dust and 1 tin dust, which you get by hitting with a hammer. 1 to 1. Same with the tin. So you'd take the copper ingots, put it in here, make it in the dust. Same with the tin, and then you'd make 3 to 1 to make bronze dust. Then you'd cook it to make the ingots. But the way I got bronze originally in the past was via the mixer from our fun little thing that I cannot find because I am stupid. This, not that. The wherever it is. You've seen me make bronze. I think I made it the episode previous. Anyways, what up, John, for? Let's make ourselves the wrench, I guess. Oops. Alright, that was a fun go around. I need 5 plates. Wow, look at that. I made 5 plates without using the anvil. We'll make one. We'll make 1 plate using the anvil. It's 2 to 1 this way, though. See, that's why I'm doing it with the other thing. But that is how you use the forge hammer. I guess I'll just leave... I won't leave the iron hammer in there. Too bad for you guys. Boom. Wrench. Watch this. That's not a machine, so you can't rotate that. It's just an anvil. Come on, guys. I knew that. Yeah, they're fluid pipes. That one's pretty obvious. And to make fluid pipes, it'd be 6 bronze curved plates, 2 copper rotors, and a brown stained glass. That's expensive. It's basically a lot of copper and a lot of bronze. We're fast tracking that for obvious reasons. Pretty sure. Didn't I already craft some in the past? No. It was the other mod. Anyways. Okay, either way. Let's just make this. Hammer. We need 6. 6. And then... Come on, man. Why do they have to make the fluid pipe so stupid? A lot of copper. I need a stack of copper. Alright, and what all did that take again? Sorry, my short-term memory. 4 bolts, 4 blades, and a ring. Okay, so it's 1. And you don't make the rings, I mean the blades in here, it would seem. How does one make the blades? Blades. Okay, even more. Rods, and... That should be close enough. Oh, it makes 4? Are you kidding me? Well, that was a waste. Anyways, we should be able to make the thing now. No, I made myself able to make 1. That was fun. Hey, we're never doing this again after this. And what was the other thing I needed to do? It was more of the other things. These. Blades. Nice. Bam, and make a fluid pipe and see what kind of glass we have. Oh, normal glass. Does that work? Aha, fluid pipes. Bam. We have made fluid pipes. That was a lot. We're just, okay. Calm down, calm down. A tick is the shortest amount of time it can be recorded. It's 20th of a second. The world runs off these ticks and you can use them to your advantage. Nice. Now we get into the big stuff. That my building still just is not big enough to hold, but oh, let's start in the middle for now. A coke oven. I don't want to start in the middle now. Fire clay is a mixture of plain river clay and brick dust as a tempering agent. Then refire to harden it to make it withstand extreme temperatures. To make the brick dust, you can use your good old forge hammer and use it to crush plain bricks. You can also use other machines like the macerator. Oh, okay, so you basically you take these bricks that I have a very small amount of. I forget, is it a clay ball into a clay brick or is it a clay into a clay brick? Cook. Okay, 1-to-1. Nice. We'll take these clays right here. Get out of here. And we'll throw these. I know the other thing cooks the whole thing faster. Well, not faster all at once, but this will get me it immediately. Bonk. Lol. Nerd. Get swerved. Bricks! Hooray! We have 32 bricks. And instead of doing it the way that they said, I'm just going to crush them. Not with that one. Not with flatten. We're going to use the crush glyph. So I imagine that works. It does. 32 brick dust. Now, fire clay. Which is fire clay dust, which is 2 brick dust and 2 clay. Why? Why? Clay. Nice. And now I need to cook this too. This will be fun, running back and forth. I'm this close to just putting down a waystone to get me from point A to point B. What are these called? Fire clay? Yeah, fire clay bricks. I really might put down a waystone to get me from point A to point B. Let me make a bronze furnace. Makes sense. Was 48 all we had? I forgot. I think it is. Any chance I get more? Oh, well, I get clay. Eat this. Alright. I didn't realize this. I know it's called modern industrialization, but I didn't think it was going to be like this complicated. Excuse me. Strange flex, but okay. Almost steam? Almost. Bronze time. Ugh. Dang it. And you need to get flattened. And you need to get flattened. And you need to get flattened. We have flattened lay bronze. We are making the bronze furnace. The bronze furnace. We take this bronze furnace and we're going to put it. How's it going, John 4? We'll put the bronze furnace right here. Requires steam to run. They just expect me to have steam in my pocket. A little aggressive, not gonna lie. Gunpowder. This is the bronze furnace, and despite it being just as slow as your regular furnace, the difference is this one uses 20 times less fuel. Thanks Steam for being so efficient. Does that mean I just I just put one void flame coal and it'll run for literally ages. Left click to insert or extract. Huh, interesting. Now I need to learn how to steam. Thus is why it's probably saying, hey, get the, none of these actually. A boiler. A boiler seems like it would make steam. Steam machines need, well, steam. The way to get this is to make a steam boiler. The steam boiler will gradually consume almost any fuel you'll give it to heat up. When it's at a high enough temperature, it will begin to produce steam so long as there is water in it, in its external tank, or internal tank. If not, you'd be wasting fuel. Or you can put a water bucket into a furnace to obtain a steam bucket. In this world, it seems that fluid containers keep any fluid inside of them having a persistent temperature and bound to the confined container. So don't worry about it condensing down into water or escaping with steam pre-boiler. You can make a compressor and save on the bronze plates. Nah. Nah, we eat that. We eat those. I'm gonna make a boatload of bronze and I'll be back. Let the record show I'm crazy. I was thinking of brass earlier when I said I'd already made bronze and you guys saw how with create and then I couldn't find it. I was thinking of brass, not bronze. Bronze is gonna make my life hard. It straight up is just tin and copper. Okay. Alrighty, well, tin, bam. You're not gonna be able to mix the ingots, I'm sure of it, but yeah. On 3, I'll be back again. Alright, and we'll see what this does. Can I do that? Hooray! 3 stacks of bronze. Now what we're going to do is shove it in here and forget it exists. Hooray! Hooray! We've got a boatload of bronze now. Now I need to change this back to the flattened glyph before I make a bad mistake. 35 seems good enough. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, you monster! You mother monster. Oh my gosh. I'm going to hurt myself. Anyways, bronze boiler, right? Bronze tank. I should probably hold that. Any missions? Nope. Alright. Bronze boiler, which requires 5 more fire clay. Let's make 6, because I'm sure I'll need it one more time. And then, bam! Bronze boiler. This will be agua and steam. So, what we want to do, I imagine, can I up it? Nope. So let's say I take some lignite, dust, because I don't want to waste the dust. Okay, so it's warm. Now we need to pump water into it. Wah. Wah. So what we could do right now is if we go to tank, and we're lazy, like me, not that one, maybe just tank 2, and the tank link, right, like this. Put the, is there any way to just, no, there's no way to do that way. Pain. Fluid. Fluid pipe. Now we could use theirs. All I need to do is make another pump. That's not a pump. Does this one have a pump? Advanced pump. Large advanced pump. I just need a pump. That's a lot of stuff. I see. Bronze water pump. How about that? Oh my gosh. This is a lot. So, give me just one moment. I'll set something up. Ugh, I'm not gonna lie. This was a pain in the butt. What up, Mother Adovani the Feeble? You don't look very feeble to me. Anyways, look, it's got steam in it. Hurrah, hooray. Much wow, so much pizzazz, which I don't know how it has steam in it now that I think about it. It's like right here, right? Nope. Right here. Beauty. Basically, life is hard. I need to make more fluid pipes. Which requires more bronze. Pain, basically. What I did was I made a bronze water pump and then surrounded it on four sides with water, and it couldn't work because I didn't have steam. So I moved the boiler down here. I put some water in it, and then it started making the steam. I pumped the steam out of the bottom around to the boiler or the water pump. That's why you see that line right there to it, which turns it on, which means that it pumps water back into the boiler itself. So now it's self-sufficient, minus the fact that I have to put coal dust in here, or coal, whatever the heck you want from me. And I put the tank as a buffer, even though each tube can hold, you know, 2 buckets. And they're weird because it's like you can put one right here, and then you have to put one right here and right here. Like this is 3 pipes right here. So, you know, pretty cool. Anyways, now I just need to pump the steam up to there so it's actually taking. And then, yeah, we'll have a system that runs by itself without me. Oops, that's not the one I wanted. I want that one. Get rid of these two. Cool. Now I need to make more of these. Hooray. Hurrah. I'm gonna rip it off. You know, I have been at this for much too long. Every night I lay down thinking, ah, yes, tonight will be the night where I finish recording early and I will be happy. And then guess what? I get punched in the job I life. It's great. It's really great. We're just crafting excess amounts of everything because that's how they want us to. To make 3 of those, throw that in there. What do I need for this? 2 rotors. 2, and then another bronze plate. Or bronze curved plate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bam, bam. I know we only made enough for 1. That's alright. We've done it. We've made another one. Hooray, guys. Hooray. We've done it. See, it works normally until, see, something like this where it connects. Then you have to, like, put one on the end, see? Oh, yeah, this, you just right-click with the wrench. You see that little arrow on the bottom? Pressing Control instead of Shift. See, it's pointing up, which means it's pulling out. See, pointing out, pointing in. Let me begin. Anyways, yeah. Just keep track of those. There's ones that have out and ins, which I'm not going to worry about for the time being. I've spent way too much time on this. I'm going to keep it real. This is just pain. Now, what will we do next? Let's make ourselves a large steam furnace. A multi-block furnace. Yes. No. Let's make a coke oven. Coke oven is a large structure, larger than only a single block. This multi-block structure is used to make coal or coal dust and heat it in a location with the absence of air and producing coal coke and occasionally some creosote oil. You can use creosote oil for the production of lubricant, coal coke, and coal coke for steel ingots or just a powerful fuel lasting 4 times as long. The coke oven block is here. Here is the role of the central controller. We'll place other blocks surrounding it in a pattern that will eventually construct a full multi-block. Every multi-block is managed by a controller, but you usually cannot interact with the controller directly, but instead through the input and output hatches that you place in certain spots of the multi-block. You need a fluid input hatch to handle the input of steam to power the coke oven, an item input hatch as a way to input the coal, and an item output hatch to output the coke. A fluid output hatch is not required and will allow multi-block to run without it, but with it you can extract the creosote oil from the coal. Normally, if you don't have it, enough of the correct hatches required, the multi-block will not function. If you hold a wrench, a projection of the blocks needed for the rest of the multi-block will show after you've placed down the controller block. The specific holographic block will disappear if the correct block is placed, or it will turn red if the block in that location is incorrect. If you hold a hatch in your hand, there will be a green highlighted location where the hatches can go. If you place the hatch outside of those highlighted zones, the multi-block will not recognize the hatch. One, one the coke, Once the coke oven controller states that its shape is valid, you can insert steam through the fluid input hatch. Putting coal or coal dust into the item input hatch will allow the coke oven to fire up and start producing. If it doesn't work, retrace your steps and find out what went wrong. Oh, that was a lot of reading. Okay, let's start with the coke oven. I'm gonna run out of those stupid bricks. Is it coal? No, it's coke. Why did I say that? Coke oven. Oh, this is just normal bricks. Oh, okay. So is this the one where it says you place it down, and then if you put a wrench on it? Okay. Nice. Like that. Like that a lot. Get out of here, nerd. Let's make this in our ugly basement, if you will. Um, what does it say? What does it say it wants? Normal bricks, item input hatch. Okay, we need to make each of these. HATCH. Input hatch, output hatch, item input, item output. Nice. I need to make each. Which is just a lot of bronze. A lot of bronze. We don't have that much bronze. Let's just, I guess, crush a whole nother stack of bronze, shall we? There we go. Nice. I need the bronze gear, which I probably don't have enough for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I do. Nice. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. We'll make 3 for now, just in case. Make a input hatch. Bronze fluid. Move! I can't see. Input hatch. Fluid output hatch. Item input hatch. And item output hatch, which I need another one of these for. Oops, I already have that. I just need to make the hopper. And the item output hatch. Nice. So going off of this logic, we will probably put this. We need bricks. How many bricks do we have now? None. No bricks at all. Clay. Clay. Yep. Clay. I didn't think this was going to turn into a whole thing, but it is, so I apologize in advance. Ah, your helmet broke, homie. That's unfortunate. Just put that there. Nice. Hopefully that's enough to make the bricks to make up for the, nearly got me. One, so we'll put down. Needs to be like right here, huh? Wrench. Nice. And if I hold the, could be in any of those spots. So let's say the inputs, let's say the two inputs can go in like on this side or something. So like we'll input fluid right here and input items there. And we'll output fluids here and output items here. Now if I had to guess, the rest is all just going to be bricks. Yeah. Which, how many is that? 4 plus 9. Right? This middle one is no brick. Weird. Anyways, 4 plus 9 is 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 19 brick blocks, which I don't have enough for at all. Well, it says there's none needed in the middle. Does this thing not have a top? That'd be cool. Too bad for me. Freaking. There. Now I need 3 more. 6 more. We don't have enough for 6, fun fact. We, in fact, only have enough for 2. I need to go grab a boatload of clay. As per painfully usual. So, you know, I'll be back. Alright, we've grabbed this much and plus some. We have quite a bit more than that. But, that's what we got for now. Going. Just made 4 more. I don't even know if that's enough. It looks like it is. I don't know why I didn't put one on the corner. We need, according to this, we only need 5 more. That's the wrong button. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, well, it looks like shape valid, status active. Nice. Look at that. Look at that. Now I'm not gonna lie, I didn't remember how to do that. Ah. Producing coal coke and occasionally some creosote oil. I guess I should make the 20 bricks, huh? 15? Does that put me at 20? There, that's 20. Get it out of here. Okay, so what we're going to put into this bad boy, I imagine it said you to take coal or coal dust and heat it in a location absent of air and produce coal coke, and occasionally some creosote oil. You can use creosote oil for the production of lubricant and coal coke for steel ingots, or just as powerful, fuel lasting 4 times as long. So what you want to do once the coke oven controller states that the shape is valid, you can insert steam through the fluid input hatch, putting coal or coal dust into the item input hatch. Allow the coke oven to fire up and start producing. If it doesn't work, retrace your steps and see what you're doing wrong. Alright, so we need to get steam, which this is not enough fluid pipes for that because it's here. So we'll dig underneath. In. Perfect. I might make it, I guess, if I try hard enough. What if it does this? There you go. One. It's full of steam. Let's go. Mud. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Dirt, dirt, dirt. Dirt. Dirt, dirt. Fluid pipes. Alright. That goes in, and then you need to enter coal in through here. If I just take like a stack of lignite coal dust and I just throw it in there. What if I just take normal lignite coal and I put it in there? We're gonna dig out this wall. You stupid guy. Item pipe. Bam. Bam, bam. Get that out of here so he doesn't try to come grab it. Do a chest. Chest. Chest, and then this will make it pull out of there. Is it just putting it right here? It is. So how... Let me double check this. It says once its shape is valid, you can insert steam through the fluid input hatch and put coal or coal dust into the item input hatch. We'll allow the coke oven to fire up and start producing. If it doesn't work, retrace your steps and find out what went wrong. Huh. Uh-oh. Input? No, it's already input. Auto pull enabled. Does it need to be able to output the items, I wonder? Item output hatch? Another chest? Bam. I doubt this is it, but, you know, it's a thought that counts. We make a tank. Just use an advanced fuel tank. Let's steal a tank actually from all the way over here. Like a basic fuel tank. Not an elite fluid tank. Alright, I guess I'm using the advanced one in my pocket. Or, you know, I could just make a smaller one. Darn it. I don't want to delete the word industrialization. Alright, too much work. I'm using the advanced fuel tank. Alright, that looks like it should be working. Does it not take lignite? Maybe it just takes normal coal. Which I guess could make sense since we're turning coal into lignite. I mean, into coal coke. Okay, that's exactly what it was. Nice. Let's see if it actually puts coal coke into the advanced fluid tank. At an excruciatingly slow rate. We'll make another stack of it, or queue up another stack of it. How close are we? Oh, oh, 9. Oh, we did it. We've done it. We've got one coke. Anything? Nope. See, this is empty. Weird. Alright, well, we're making coal coke. Thanks for the 32 coal. I'll just throw that in there as well, I guess. Okay, this. Now, you might have noticed I said usually when talking about interacting with the controller. This means items and fluids cannot be inputted or outputted from the controller, but information can. In a sense of statistics, looking into the controller, you will see a few things: shape, validity, status, progress, recipe base, and recipe current. The shape validation will let you know if the multi-block is built correctly or not. It will not tell you if there are missing. It will not tell you if you are missing or have too many hatches on the multi-block. So if you need to decide that for yourself, keep in mind that the multi-block structures may share blocks with one another so long as these overlapping blocks do not contain a hatch. Status will let you know the current status of the multi-block, if it's idle or if it's active. Progress will show you the progress slowly building up to a percent to 100. Depending on the speed of the process, the faster the percent will rise. Recipe base shows the base recipe energy / steam consumption. Depending on what you're making, it uses a minimum amount of energy and steam, but it can use more to speed up the process. This doesn't happen on steam machines, so I won't get too far into it now. Recipe current is the current amount of energy and steam being actually consumed. Good to know. Oh, now we need coke dust. Once you have a stockpile of this superpowered coal, you can start diverting away from the bronze machines. They're slow and such a bright orange, blinding to the eyes. Making coal coke is just heating coal with the absence of oxygen. It doesn't allow it to burn and thus puts it through a destructive distillation process. Once you have it, though, you'll be able to start working on steel and steel machines, speeding up the process times at the cost of more steam being used. You'll be aiming for the creation of a quarry soon so that it can dig for you. Imagine never needing to go mining for ores ever again. That is the goal for me, not gonna lie. If I take one of these and I just like drop it on the floor and then just, oh yeah! I mean, oh yeah! I mean, oh yeah! Whoa. Crazy. Steam blast furnace. Bruh. Your second multi-block, the steam blast furnace. This one is nearly the same, with the only difference being it's one taller and uses fire clay bricks instead of regular bricks. Use the same trick with the wrench to show the block placements, and don't forget that you'll only need 3 hatches this time. They're the same as the coke oven without the fluid output hatch. Not yet, anyway. You will use this steam blast furnace to make your first steel. Nice. I'm gonna stick that in there for now. Wow. Okay. Before we do that, ooh, a solar boiler uses solar energy instead of fossil fuel. Actually, this could be, will calcify and lose efficiency over time to a minimum of 33% efficiency when not using distilled water. Using an axe on the boiler will reset its calcification. Oh, like breaking the calcite crystals that are growing on it. Oh, you need to make a boiler. Yuck. Yuck, yuck. Should we make these? I don't know yet. Well, first, let's hit this up by putting it right there. Bronze compressor. This is the first compressor and probably the first machine you'd want to build. Being able to turn ingots into plates at a 1-to-1 ratio is extremely helpful during this steam age. You save on resources. Bruh. Trying to read so fast is like making my brain jumble. You save on resources and won't need to burn through hammers just to collect enough plates for your first project. It can also take those double ingots that you can stack in the forge, hammer into 2 plates, saving steam and time. Okay, that is also a much needed. Next one, macerator. Now you can hemi-quadruple your ores. This means you'll have a 50% chance to extract an extra dust from your raw ore. You can also turn a full ore and extract a lot from raw ore from using the macerator. Being a macerator, you can throw some metal items and to recycle them back into dust. It's a good way to get a little bit out of an adventuring trip or an old tool. I'm good with not doing that. The composter, I think we know what that is. What's the bronze mixer? A sleek bronze casing with a shining metal bowl where mixing blades are lowered into it to mix up a plethora of different things. You can mix dust with a higher output since it won't be spilling anymore. It doesn't only mix dust but also fluids. Example, lubricant. That's useful as well. Alright, any creosote? Ooh, we got some creosote, boyo, and girlos, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't get paid enough for this. I don't know what my viewer demographics look like because I don't have one. Let's try to clap out a couple of these machines before I end this video. After I readjust my darn chair. Ugh. Okay. Solar broiler. Requires a normal broiler. Or, I keep saying broiler, I mean boiler. Let's make a bronze tank. Let's make 3 of those. Make the normal boiler. Bam. Make the solar one. Let's just make all of the bricks into these, which only gives us 3. Silver. I know I have silver. That's one of those ores that I think I went and... No. I did not. I was going to say, I think that's one of those ores that I went and, like, mass mined, but... I didn't. That's dust. Just throw the silver dust back in and grab 16 out again. Bam. We got silver. Now we can make the solar boiler. Now, how does one get distilled water? Distilled water bucket. By turning... Okay, well, how do you get distilled water? You put water in a distillery. Makes sense. Oh my gosh, dude. What even? Oh my gosh. Oh my... No. No. Get that out of here. We can let this bad boy calcify for all I care. That is nutty and evil. I wish I could put the tanks in here. Tank. Maybe there's the fact that okay, now it's in bucket mode. Maybe if I do a tank dock. Yeah, I don't know what I was expecting from that. Having only one and all. I know I don't need to use those, but I'm just using them because... Man. And this right here is exactly why. The F is my elevator right here. Bam. 1, 2. Big enough for 2 more. Hopefully. I did not do that correctly. Because we run out there. Okay. Give me 1 more. That's the wrong one. 1 more. Bam. Now, don't you worry. Now I'm going to run out of bronze curved plates. Yep. Pull. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. Push. Now if we take, not that, if we take this, what up homies, see you later, nerds. Take this and we, not this, but we take this one, throw it in there. I see, that's a problem. I'd rather it stay in the top. Let's see. Oh, that's working. Now what we can do is go right here, or right here, break a hole in the roof like right there. Nope, I'm stupid. One right here. Nice. Dang you. Put one off this way. Or not off this way. Man, I am struggling. Pull. Or push. Now I'm sure that that does not work fast enough to, whatchamacallit. We could get a fluid tank so it starts filling up with steam so it's a buffer. Could do an elite one. But I was going to say, the fact that this electric pump moved it down means that, yeah, it fills it up faster. But this one has 8 speed upgrades. Whereas if I just took maybe this electric pump, which I imagine has no upgrades on it. Nope, no upgrades. Stuck it off that. So it starts filling up real slow and put this here. It's still there. I don't know, man. I see a way around this, but it's like I'm being too lazy. Basically, I could just make another tank dock. Where is it? Organized storage. Not organized storage, it be the other storage. Personal storage. Load, hurry! Hurry, we're at an hour! Nope, not a bank dock. A tank dock. Tank dock. Tank dock, we need to make some more cauldrons. Put the tank dock here. And then we put this one here. And then we put this here because the reason why I'm doing this one is because these are, already connected, but it's not going to want to let me. So I'll take a fluid pipe, I guess, and then just wrench all the sides of it so it's only doing what I want it to. So wrench that off, wrench that off. Actually, no, we want to re-wrench the top, I guess. Now if I click on this, it's still completely full. So yeah, it's actually exactly what I wanted. Problem with that one being it just wasn't as cool in my mind, I guess. Solar efficiency is going down because the sun's going down. So what I need to do is get this tank going. Suck. There you go. And now it's filling up with steam, and what that does is it helps me not waste the water. It's currently not calcifying though, which is fine with me. And it's getting too dark anyways for it to produce, but this is still completely full. So, yeah. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I'm just trying to show alternative ways to go about things. Like, I know not everything is going to have, you know, pipes downloaded, or not all of them are going to have mechanism, but there are ways to work around these things if you look hard enough, because I feel like the best way to go about this is mixing multiple mods capabilities, because, oh, makes me feel fancy, I guess. But yeah, and that is probably, sadly, going to have to be the end of this. Yeah, we'll do the compressor later, unless I can just like real quick clap it out. It's gonna take one of these, which takes one of these. Bam, bam. 2 copper gears, 1, 2. Now I have everything except the forge hammer, which requires more weighted pressure plates. Bam. And bam. Nice. Now what we can do is put that there. And if this advancement, okay, so it does not directly pipe in, so we just want to tap that button right there. And do that. Perfect. Now that is powered. And what we can do is, if we wanted to, we could just like be like, oh, we need bronze things, not bone, bronze. Take like one of these, throw it in there. And we're making a plate. Beautiful. It is quite loud though, so, there's that. If we take a plate and put it in there, does it make it into, yeah, a curved plate? So yeah, it's basically all that annoyingness and struggling I was doing earlier gets contradicted by this, so I don't need to do it anymore. But, there's still need for the, whatchamacallits, these, like a bolt. That requires a cutting machine. And if I want to make, like, let's use a copper plate. Can you put that back through the, you can put it through the macerator to make copper dust. Don't really see why I would. But it looks like we'll be using the assembler and packer in the future to make these things. So yeah, we're already making progress, and we'll still bronze out this stuff, and if we can, where's modern industrialization? So they want us to like slowly move out of bronze stage and into the the next stage, which is steel. So we'll bronze and steel the bottom floor, and if we can, we'll probably end up having to do all this crazy stuff on the second floor. We'll see, but thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. This I put my freaking sleeping bag back in my system. But this what the heck was that? This system's nutty, dude. I've never actually done anything like this before, and it's so freaking complex while at the same time being really basic. And I appreciate that. It needs to have a level of basicness to it for me to even be able to do things. So, I appreciate it. It's great though. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see y'all in the next video. Uh, uh, bye!